How to gain authority over your life with self-control.
The ability to manage one's impulses, emotions, and behaviors in order to achieve long-term goals is referred to as self-control. Humans are distinguished from the rest of the animal kingdom by our ability to control ourselves. Self-control is primarily rooted in the prefrontal cortex, which governs our brain's planning, problem-solving, and decision-making. The abundant supply of nerve connections in the prefrontal cortex allows people to plan, evaluate alternative actions, and, ideally, avoid doing things they will later regret, rather than reacting to every impulse as it arises. Use your willpower as a depletable resource. Willpower is a term used to describe the ability to exert self-control. It enables people to focus their attention despite the presence of competing stimuli, and it underpins all types of achievement, from school to work. Relationships benefit as well. In science, there is considerable disagreement about whether willpower is a finite resource. According to some studies, exercising willpower requires mental energy. This concept, known as ego depletion, is one possible explanation for why people are more likely to reach for a chocolate chip cookie when they are stressed. However, scientists have recently failed to replicate some of the studies that underpin the concept of ego depletion. A better understanding of why people succumb to some impulses while successfully resisting others is critical for assisting people suffering from addictive behaviors, impulsivity, and eating disorders. How to control your behavior. Whether it's drugs, food, or scrolling through Twitter instead of working, everyone has areas of their lives where they wish they had a little more willpower. How can a person develop this critical skill? Recent research suggests using rewards, routines, and mindfulness practices as long-term ways to establish better habits and regulate behavior. Another strategy is to become aware of the triggers that undermine self-control. Walking by a neighborhood bakery can weaken one's resolve to maintain a healthy diet, but taking a different route that avoids the bakery can strengthen it. It is not always easy to strengthen one's willpower, but doing so can significantly improve one's health, work performance, and quality of life. Self-control is an extremely beneficial skill. It enables us to move from knowing what is good for us to actually doing it. For example, when a doctor advises a patient to lose weight, self-control keeps them from overindulging in junk food. Going to the gym instead of staying at home to watch TV is another example of exercising self-control, as is starting a project early rather than procrastinating. Emotional self-control is also important. It keeps us from yelling at others or punching them when they wrong us. It also prevents us from crying uncontrollably when we don't get our way or becoming distracted in situations that require our full attention. Although we learn to self-soothe as babies, by sucking on a pacifier, for example, we are not born with self-control. We develop this skill throughout our childhood, and possibly throughout our lives. This is why it's not uncommon to see an upset toddler throw a toy across the room, but the same behavior in an adult would be strange. However, some people reach adulthood with either too little or too much self-control. Neither circumstance is ideal. In addition to the physical and emotional difficulties, too little or too much self-control can have social and mental consequences such as isolation, depression, or anxiety. You may be wondering what a healthy amount of self-control looks like, but first, you must understand what too much or too little looks like. We'll begin there. Signs of excessive control. People usually admire the ability to maintain control over one's emotions, desires, and actions. When someone has too much self-control, however, they may struggle. Excessive self-control can cause people to appear as perfectionists or overbearing. This is referred to as over-control by experts. Someone suffering from over-control may experience the following symptoms: difficulty relieving stress, disconnection from others, rigorous personality, overly concentrated on details, lack of emotions or display, and becoming responsible to a fault. People who have too much self-control, in general, do not stand out as much as those who lack self-control. Why? Because their actions are frequently associated with positive words or characteristics, such as being hardworking, introverted, or highly sensible. So, how do we tell if someone has too much self-control or is simply mature? It all depends on the individual. If someone's behavior works for them and causes little to no distress, everything is probably fine. If their excessive self-control interferes with their physical, mental, emotional, or social lives, they may benefit from seeing a licensed counselor. Signs of poor self-control. It is easy to spot someone who lacks self-control. They generally have difficulty forming positive habits, and they may not be able to control their emotions or actions as well as their peers. Poor self-control manifests itself in the following ways: lack of or inability to achieve goals, lack of motivation, lack of willpower, difficulty controlling emotions, lack of attention, lack in taking responsibility of one's own actions, difficulty maintaining friendships, and dangerous or overly passive lifestyles. Having little self-control has a significant impact on one's day-to-day life. Not only is it difficult to develop self-confidence, but it is also difficult to collaborate with others and achieve goals. If someone keeps running into the same problems, they may need to work on their self-control. Similarly, if they lack direction or appear immature, a lack of self-control could be the cause. Everyone has a different level of self-control, and it varies depending on the situation, but most of us could benefit from a boost to find a better balance between too little and too much. Here are 10 pointers to get you started. 1. Start practicing how to be in control of your circumstances. We've all heard the saying, practice makes perfect. This means that a person's practice should be consistent. If you enjoy exercising or want to lose weight, this is essential information for you. Begin by becoming compatible with whatever you require. And disregard anything that is harmful. For example, smoking will not make you a better person. It can only end your life. As a result, work on breaking this habit. And try to concentrate on things that will benefit you in some way. 2. Avoid all temptations. You should avoid unnecessary desires, and you should also avoid confusing yourself with unnecessary things. Avoiding is preferable to practicing. If you are addicted to anything that is harmful to your health and well-being, you must abstain from it. Avoiding any person or thing if you are suffering from it is essential. Stop right there if you love someone who mistreats you but you love him with all your heart. Begin to assist yourself by avoiding him or her. Instead of losing your self-esteem, all you need is peace of mind. 3. Become more relaxed. It can be difficult to maintain self-control when we trick ourselves into believing that something must be done or stopped immediately. Learn to slow your thoughts so you can postpone your gut impulses to give yourself the best chance at a calmer response and a better day. Relaxation can be beneficial. Meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness are all excellent relaxation techniques. The more you relax, the more likely you are to approach stressful situations calmly and choose thoughtful responses rather than acting on impulse. 4. Learn to plan. Self-control is difficult to achieve in the absence of direction. For example, if you want to lose 10 pounds and must forego your nightly dessert, it is beneficial to plan ahead. Instead of hoping you'll be strong enough when the time comes, consider ways to curb your appetite ahead of time to increase your chances of success. Make a plan for what you will do the next time you are tested to avoid relying on willpower. When you have a sugar craving, plan on doing 15 minutes of meditation or reading a good book. Distractions like this can help you improve your self-control over time. 5. Discover what you really want. Sometimes we lack self-control because we are unsure of what we want. For example, if you feel stuck in your current job, make sure it isn't because you don't know where you want to go next. When you have a clear goal in mind, it is easier to exercise self-control because you can concentrate on making decisions that will lead you in the right direction. A licensed therapist can assist you in determining what motivates you and can be a powerful tool in assisting you in reaching your goals through self-control. It is critical to set goals that are meaningful to you. Set a goal because someone or something else pushes you to do so. Look deep within yourself to discover why your goal is important to you. 6. Think about the consequences. Often, an honest examination of the consequences is enough to inspire someone who is struggling with self-control. Think about the possibility of discovering an extra $100. Part of you knows you should pay off your credit card, but another part of you wants to spend it on dinner and a movie. Consider the consequences before making the best decision for you. If you pay off your credit card, will you be working toward financial freedom and taking steps to eliminate your debt? Would you have enough money to pay your credit card bill on time if you treat yourself, or will you face another late fee or worse? Consider the long-term value rather than the short-term gratification. If you prepare for success by taking care of yourself today, your self-control will naturally grow over time as you begin to reap the benefits. 7. Perform role-playing. If exercising self-control is difficult for you, try role-playing with a friend, family member, or therapist. This will allow you to confront your emotions in a safe environment without fear of negative consequences. To begin, consider a simple situation in which you typically struggle with self-control. Experiment with more difficult or challenging situations as your self-control improves. 8. Improve your health. As with any proactive behavior, being in the proper physical, mental, and emotional state is critical. If it's been a while since your last physical, contact your primary care physician and make an appointment. An underlying condition could be exacerbating your issues with self-control. To that end, if you're suffering from depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues, please seek help right away. And, as a general rule, remember to take care of the fundamentals. Eat a healthy diet, drink plenty of water, and sleep for at least 8 hours per night. This will help you maintain your focus on your journey to better self-control. 9. Seek more help. Self-control is important in our lives, and it is frequently a factor in our overall levels of satisfaction. While it is possible to exhibit too much self-control, a lack of self-control often leads to problems. To master self-control, we must find balance, which a counselor can assist us with. To achieve the best results, consult with a mental health professional. 10. Learn to postpone gratification. Delaying gratification is one of the critical skills that allow you to wait for what you want now. Postponing urges is good practice for developing self-control. You will postpone the fulfillment of your short-term desires in order to reap long-term benefits. It is one of the most useful self-control concepts that play an important role in optimizing an individual's self-controlling abilities.
Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.